Hi everyone and welcome to Selective Preparation Power Thinking Skills Test 11. Today we'll be looking at 10 questions which have been selected from this test paper. Let's start. First question, assessing impact of additional evidence. So we want to find what the argument is first, AJ's argument, and then we can determine which option most weakens the argument. So he's a waiter in a restaurant and he has a bad habit of not washing his hands. And it says, usually when I sneeze, I am not sick. It is unlikely that other people will get my germs, so it doesn't matter if I don't wash my hands. So clearly this argument is faulty. We want to see what will most weaken AJ's argument. Let's look at A. The soap used to wash hands has very sweet smells which many customers like. Now, A doesn't really have anything to do with this main argument that he's saying, which is that usually he's not sick if he sneezes, and it's unlikely that people will get his germs. So A is out. B says, even if AJ is not sick, his sneezes still have germs which can infect customers. Now, B is correct because it actually addresses this first part when he says, usually I'm not sick, right? It addresses that. And it also talks about why his sneezes can actually still infect customers, which is opposite to what he says, right? It's unlikely that people will get germs. So because of these links, B best weakens AJ's argument, so it's the correct answer. Okay, 2. For matching argument questions, remember we replace the juicy parts or the subjects with letters. And that will leave a skeleton, which we can apply to the other answer options. So if you do a lot of practice, you will get better at whatever skill you are practicing. If we do A, okay, then you will get B. Okay? I practice playing an instrument, which means I've improved at it. I have done A, okay? I have done A, which means that B will happen. Okay? Well, B has happened. Which most closely parallels that? Option B. You will be able to buy a phone if you get a job and earn money. So, if you do A, you can do B, right? If you got a job and earn money. I got a job over the summer holidays, right? So I was able to get a new phone. Because I did A, I can do B. Okay? Alright, number 3, which statement cannot be concluded? So let's quickly arrange these people. We have 5 people on the waiting list, right? Let's draw up 5 boxes. And we have name and time. So the next person is Karina. And she's at 3:30. Okay, so now we want to find something in relation to Karina, okay? George will be seen 45 minutes after Karina. Okay, actually, I'm going to get rid of the lines just because it's a bit confusing. So George is 45 minutes after Karina. So I'm just going to put George here, leaving some space in case people are in between. Plus 45 to 3:30 is 4:15 p.m. So this is done. Now we know George. What else can we figure out? We know Niall will be seen at 4:25. Okay, so Niall is after George. Again, leaving space just in case. Niall is at 4:25 p.m. Now we can look at Niall. Richie will be seen 30 minutes before Niall. 30 minutes before Niall, that's 3:55 p.m. Richie. And Richie's done. Abigail is seen 10 minutes before Richie. So Abigail or Abby will be minus 10, 3:45. Okay, do you see why I got rid of the charts? Because it's a bit hard to maneuver, okay? You would rather just make a list like I've done here to summarize the information. So we want to see what cannot be concluded, okay? Dr. Park will see Niall last. Yes, that's correct, so A's out. Abigail will be seen at 340. Now that's the incorrect one, right? Because we know Abby will be seen at 345. And you can just check the rest. George will be seen after Abigail, correct. And Richie will be seen at 355, correct. So B is the answer. Okay, so we know that there are 2 days missing, Thursday and Sunday, and the average profit per day was 120. What is a profit on Sunday? And we know that these two are the same. Okay, so first of all, $120, okay, is average per day. So to times that by 7, which will give you a total, okay, which is actually $840. Now your job is just to add up what we have so far. Okay, we have 100, 120, 160, 80, and 140. Try to make 10. 8 plus 2 is 10 carried over. 6 plus 4 is 10 carried over. So you have 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 600. Okay, so basically we have 600 so far. So the Thursday and the Sunday must equal to 840, the total, minus what we have so far, 600, which is 240. Now I'm going to split that into 2 because we know they're equal, which gives 120 and 120 for both. So B is the answer. Okay, so we know in this question, Becky invests $200 to a savings account and has a simple interest rate of 15% per month. A very high interest rate. What that means is every month she's going to get 15% of $200. So try and figure out what that is. 200 times 15%. 15% we can change into fractions, 15 over 100. Now you can cross out the zeros. Right, 2 times 15 is $30 per month. Now, she does that for 2 years. 2 years is equal to 24 months, right? 12 plus 12. So you're going to times this by the 24 months. 30 times 24. 720. $720. That is her interest. Okay, so interest is 720. So that's how much she makes. Don't forget to add the original 200 plus that one, original amount, and you get 920, which is D. Okay, which one most strengthens the beach owner's decision? What is his decision? The owners are expecting almost triple the number of tourists from last summer. So before the start of summer, the Pond Beach owners have decided to hire 25 new lifeguards. That is their main decision. Okay, so we preferably want something, if we wanted to strengthen it, to have a link to the increased number of tourists and a reason as to why we're hiring more lifeguards. And actually, B is the best answer. Okay, talking about international tourists. Okay, and that is what we're talking about. Account for 75% of all drownings. The expected increase of tourists means it is necessary to hire more lifeguards. So this perfectly sums up why the Palm Beach owners might want new lifeguards. Okay, because there's more tourists coming this year, and tourists make up a big portion of the drowning people. Okay, 7. Which one can be concluded? Let's draw up a quick table. We have people sitting opposite each other, so it probably would look something like this, 6 spots. Now, it doesn't matter where you start, okay? Because wherever you go, as long as the people next to each other are correct, okay, it doesn't matter which way you go because it's a circular table. Kayla's sitting opposite Marcos, so just write Kayla here. Just don't put Marcos in the wrong spot, okay? We have to be opposite. Claire is sitting closer to Kayla than to Marcos, so Claire probably will be sitting on either side of Kayla, and that will make her closer than Marcos. Joe is seated on Kayla's right-hand side. Okay, Kayla is facing that way. That's her nose. Those are her little eyes. Okay, so Joe is sitting on the right-hand side. This one must be Joe, which means this one must be Claire. Trevor is not sitting next to Claire, so Trevor must be here. And the last person, there's no name, but we can just assume. So we can assume from the answer options that it's D. Okay, so put D there. Okay, so Trevor and Kayla are sitting opposite each other. So Trevor and Kayla, no, they're not. Trevor's here, Kayla's here, so A's out. D is sitting on the left of Marcos. So Marcos, remember, is facing this way. Okay, these are his eyes. He's facing inwards. Okay, like that. So his left would be here. His right would be here. Right, he's facing inwards, so B is out. Joe is seated opposite to D. They can see these are opposites, so actually C is the answer. Okay, very easy to see if you have a diagram. Okay, 8. So we want to find out the total and then including the tip, and David pays 2/5 of the bill. So let's add everything up. We have 56, 24, 25, 20, and the $10 tip. Again, make 10. 6 plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 5 drops down. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. $135 total. Now David pays 2/5 of it. So we're going to find 2/5 of 135. Remember, you divide by the bottom, okay, by bottom, and then times by the top in fractions, okay, any time. Divide by bottom times by top, just to remind you guys. 135 divided by 5 goes in twice. 10, drop the 3, drop the 5, 7. Right? So now we do 27 and times that by 2, 14, 54. That's how much he will pay, which is D. Alright, Bradley can wash 52 cars in 4 days. This is the rates and ratio question. We want to get to 7 days. Okay, you want to think of an intermediate that can get you from 4 to 7. I can't really think of one, so I'm going to go to 1 day. Okay, that's easy because you divide by 4, then you times by 7. Right? If you divide the number of days, if I have less days, will we be able to do more cars or less cars? Less cars, right? So we divide again. Divide by 4. Exactly the same. 52 divided by 4 is 13 cars per day. Now times by 7. 13 times 7, 21, 91 cars in 7 days, which is option D. Okay. And the last one, help me find the number. Okay, so we have 5 digits, so we can set up our little digit here. That one's done. The starting and ending digits added equal the middle number. Okay, the remaining digits multiplied together give an even number, and no digits are repeated. Actually, the best way to do this is to eliminate using the options given. Okay, which the following could be the number. So actually, don't worry about doing a strategical method. Let's just eliminate. The starting and ending digits add up to equal the middle number. Okay, let's see if all of them do that. 1 plus 4 is 5, so A is safe. 2 plus 1 is 3, B is safe. 4 plus 4 is not 2, so C is out. 3 plus 2 is 5, D is safe. The remaining digits multiplied together give an even number. Okay, so we have 3 and 7. 3 times 7 is 21, not even, so A is out. 9 and 6. 9, 6, 54. B is fine. D, 3 times 8 is 24. Again, D is fine. So it's between B and D. No digits are repeated. You can see in D, 3 and 3 repeated. So D is out and B is our answer. Okay, just work through that strategically like I did just then. Okay, good. So key points from this test. It's a reminder to take a moment to think about the best possible way of solving each question, okay? I encourage you to draw diagrams and tables, but sometimes that might not be the best way to work out a question, okay? Guess and check, or method of elimination are sometimes even quicker ways to solve. Okay, so don't get too stuck on drawing those diagrams like we usually do. Just take a second, take a breath, and have a look at what will help you solve the question fastest. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I will see you next time. Take care.